I don't normally do this, but let me explain some things, right? So, if I am in my house and somebody comes to visit my house and they don't like how I run my house, they can't tell me to change how I do things. In my house, they gotta leave my house. So let's change the word house with country. You can't be discriminated against by nationality in a man's country because it's his house. So if a man in his house says he doesn't want you to do certain things in his house, then you can't tell him to change his house. You gotta leave his house. Am I making sense? Is this hard? Is this hard to follow? Because before anybody has anything too tough to say, I'm the child of an expat who became a Caymanian because I grew up in this community and integrated with the community and learned about the culture and lived with the people and never told the people how to run their house. And when I was welcome in their house, I became a part of their family. You can't come in a man's house and tell him what to do. That don't work. No time at all. Yeah? In the letter, the writer, the author, informed us that colonial issues are a matter of the past when Cayman is still a colony. And the only thing that has changed is because of political correctness we refer to as an overseas territory and not a colony. And you talk about colonialism is in the past. I don't even, like, who wrote this? Which fantasy land are you living in? And I have friends of all colors from all over the world. But how dare you? How dare you? You should never be in the Caribbean knowing the history of the Caribbean and the continuous exploitation of the colonial powers of the Caribbean, Africa, and the rest of the world that is continuing to this day. And talk about colonialism is a thing of the past. To who? Tell me one black person on this planet who thinks colonialism is a thing of the past. Clearly you don't know history and you don't understand the foundations of what runs governments now. Fortunes built on colonial exploitation, centuries of it. Yo, hear what? This letter has had the exact opposite of what the Expat Association would have wanted. It has now galvanized a whole host of Caymanian people who before, because they understood that expats are an essential part of this ecosystem, wouldn't have said anything. But if the expats out there with that viewpoint, we got to stamp that out. That not welcome here. As my good friends would say, not today, Bobo.